First come books, then come book reviews, and last comes gunfire, I guess. Hello everyone, I'm here once again with an update to my Dark Tower journey. This time I have finished Wolves of the Calla, book number 5, so I'm going to go over that real quick. And just as a reminder, I'll be doing this spoiler-free. So in case this is your first time, I am reading through the Dark Tower fantasy book series by Stephen King. The most recent one I read is book number 5, Wolves of the Calla. It was released in 2003, 6 years after book number 4, Wizard and Glass, was released, and 4 years after a very serious accident in which Stephen King was hit by a car. So Wolves of the Calla follows Roland and his quartet as they try to get back to the Pass of the Beam and continue their quest for the Dark Tower. Early in the book, they are discovered by a group of farmers from a nearby community called Calla Sturges, and the farmers have a problem and they're looking to seek the assistance of the gunslingers. So the small community of Calla Sturges is one of the few remaining, allegedly, communities in the, what are you going to call it, this world, this planet, this existence. I believe it's called End World or Mid World, something like that. But anyways, every 20 or some years, a group of raiders come, called the Wolves. They come for the children of Calla Sturges, more specifically twins, because you see there are a large number of twins born in this community, and so the Wolves will come for one of each twin and take them away to somewhere undisclosed, and then most of them will return after a few days, but they are completely ruined. They're a shell of their former selves, and they never go on to lead a normal life again. So they go on to live a kind of basic existence after that. And this has been going on for generations, but at this time, the residents sense the arrival of gunslingers nearby, and they think this might be their chance to take the fight to the Wolves and resist. So that's the basic crux of the story. The group goes to Calla Sturges to assess the town and to devise a plan for this showdown that will inevitably come at the end of the book. Beyond that, there are some other quests that the quartet discovers along the way that they feel will be very important to their journey to the tower. So they have a few things going on in this book as well. There's some wonderful characters, both new characters and some returning ones. And there's a lot to like about this book. There's a lot of literary references as usual with the Dark Tower books, and mostly King in general. But they're, very ramped up in this series. And that does not change for Wolves of the Calla. There are plenty of references here. Some things that will make more sense as the book goes on. So I enjoyed those to a point. There's also a lot of stories involved in this book. A lot of people telling their stories, a lot of people listening to stories. I'd say there's also a lot of secrets that are kept in this book, both from the reader and from other characters as well. Some of those are for a purpose, and some of those are for more selfish reasons. As is the case sometimes with secrets usually. Yeah, so that is Wolves of the Calla on its most basic premise. I will say that I did enjoy this book fairly well. It's not my favorite. Once again, that remains The Wastelands. I would rank this either number 2 or number 3 at the moment though. I did like it more than Wizard and Glass. I felt like there was more movement in the plot with the characters, even though, again, much like Wizard and Glass, a lot of the contents in this book are told in stories, but even so, I think this one has a little more action to it compared to Wizard and Glass. I enjoyed the new characters that are introduced. Andy the Robot is a very interesting one. I also enjoyed the references to some other pop culture works, like Star Wars and Harry Potter. That's as far as I'm going to go in mentioning those. but they are referenced here. I'm unsure how I feel about some of those things going forward, with the story getting a little more meta with each book, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. I feel like Jake had a lot of growth in this book. He had a lot of things to do, a lot of growing up happens in this book for him. So that's good to see. There are some things going on with Susanna, which I'm not going to go into, because that would be kind of spoilery. So those are whatever. And he has some nice growth in this book as well. He becoming more and more like the gunslinger with each book. So that's nice to see. Roland has some interesting stuff too. Not a lot of backstory for him in this one. I don't have a whole lot to say about this one. I enjoyed it fairly well. I don't have a lot of nitpicks. I guess one or a couple of the negatives could be the meta stuff going forward. Wait to see how that is implemented, but that could turn people off at this point. Another negative that I found was I felt like some of the backstory passages were a little long. I think those could have been shortened up. But you know, Stephen King, you just gotta roll with it, I guess. But anyways, I think that's all I got to say about Wolves of the Calla. I don't have anything else on my script, so that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for watching. And by a group of farmers from a nearby community. Oh my goodness.